Hello Virgo, and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are doing a reading about your next love. So I just wanted you to see how many decks we are working with today. I'm going to be shuffling on camera and we're going to be asking some questions. We're going to be getting some advice, and then at the end, and I will have description or timestamps down below. This popped out right away, so we'll take it because the cards aren't waiting for me to describe things. I'll tell you what this means in a moment, but we're going to look at your current relationship right now with all the different signs, and that can be love interests or friendships or work relationships, partnerships, even family. So the first question we're going to ask, and we have Judgment. Number 20, Judgment. So let's stop and look at this card. And the first question is an energy for you, Virgo, to connect with, to help you align with finding love. And this is a couple things. So Judgment, on the nose, the description is talking about letting go of judgment. I mean, these people, they look pretty free right now compared to where they used to be. So something that could be judge-worthy or judgment. There's also a lot of religious connotation in this card, which we'll get more into in a moment. But like judgment for you could be that you never saw yourself dating somebody outside of your religion. And this is kind of like opening up those doors, opening up those opportunities, opening up a new space. This Archangel Gabriel is coming in and you are hearing the call. This can also talk about, hearing the call, thinking about synchronicities, where just being open and where things lead you. You get a desire to join a gym, for instance, and when you do that, that's where this leads you to find somebody. And it may not even be that direct. It might be like, you start working out with a person, and then they are like, hey, you need to meet my sister, and that kind of thing. So just be open and listening to these calls, that things are, the world is a really interesting and wide open space, and a lot of times we block things out when we get our tunnel vision. And this can also talk about a level up in a way. And I'll explain that through the way that this card is. Like, these people are crawling out of caskets. They have died, and either this could talk about the resurrection, or that they are there's a karmic kind of element to this as well, because they are ascending into heaven, if you will. So it's a very very positive energy for you, and certainly something to connect through. It's just kind of like opening up your heart chakra, being ready for new things and being ready for things to go to the next level. So even if you are like in the beginning of a relationship with somebody, that things could go to another level, and whatever that level is, like you just met somebody, or you're texting online and that's speaking to them, or you're speaking to them, that's meeting them in person, or you've met them in person, that's going on more dates, or becoming exclusive, or moving in together, or. Okay, so this is really what is the next level of your relationship. For somebody who's married, the next level could be, having children, or going into business together, or things like that. The next question we're going to ask, Virgo, is something you can do to attract love. Wow, I've gotten this card in this position for another reading. I think it was one of the fire signs. This is 9 of Wands reversed. And the Nine of Wands, I'll show it to you upright. This is somebody who's been through a battle and they're standing their ground. They're where they are. They're not being moved. They're not moving at all. But they're also, you can see that they've kind of created a fence or a barrier or a boundary around themselves because they've got these wands kind of stacked up behind them. And even like using this one wand as a crutch. So in reverse, this talks about a couple things. First of all, 9 is a completion number, that things are coming to an end, so like an end of this battle, an end of whatever negative space or energy that you might be in thinking about relationships. But it's also about talking about maybe it's time to let down your guard a little bit, let down your barrier, let some people in. I like it in relationship to the Judgment card that came out, because it is kind of, you know, you're ready for the next level. You don't have to defend this space anymore because you're not going to be here anymore. You're moving on. Then we have the World. Very nice. It's interesting too, because sometimes just like the graphic description, you know, here she does have like a circle or a barrier around her, and I'm telling you to drop the guard. But we'll get into more of that. So this question here for our third position is, how can our Virgo align with love? And it's really kind of, it's interesting that you have Judgment and then the World, because they come to, in the major arcana, you can see this is 20 and this is 21. So I feel like the steps that you're taking, like as you level up and move into a new cycle, are very, I want to say logical. They're out there for you to see if you open up your eyes to see it. The other thing is, World indicates like endings, but we have an ending here. So an ending to whatever negative energy that you're in right now related to relationships, and starting a new cycle, starting a new beginning. Sometimes new beginnings are kind of hard. You know, there's even like a new beginning kind of thing here, because it's a new beginning, but it's like an elevated beginning. It's a step up from where you were. New beginnings are kind of hard and scary sometimes, but whoa, sorry, book fell down, but definitely needed. So our fourth position here is a way that you, Virgo, can make yourself more open to receiving love. And we have the Ace of Swords reversed here. It's interesting that this is in reverse, because we're, you know, it's kind of like a new beginning. So I think that you might be a little hesitant of it. I was speaking about, you know, new beginnings are sometimes scary, but this is really like allow the information to come into for you. Allow communication to come in. You know, going from the Nine of Wands here to the Ace of Swords can be difficult, can be a difficult transition. So I feel like, yeah, things right now is not like a clear-cut end or a clear-cut beginning. We're in the middle of a transition. It might be a little bit bumpy. Let's see if we have a little bit more information. The last card I'm going to pull for our questions is, why should Virgo be confident in finding love? Why should you, Virgo, be confident? And look at this. We've got the Three of Wands in reverse. A lot of Wands energy for you. I feel like you're holding back on your passion a little bit. And maybe because you have dealt with some difficulties, and you know, that's to be expected. Again, like a little bit, like it's not going to be an easy transition for you, but once you make it, because we've got this judgment and the World here, I feel like it's going to be successful. It's just you need to work through it, because Three of Wands reversed, this is somebody who has planned and they're on their way and they're surveying the landscape that they're going off into. So in reverse, like I don't, you know, the question here is, why should you be confident? And the cards are telling me, well, you don't feel confident. You don't feel confident yet in moving forward. You need to, you know, really take a deep breath. Release that negative energy, Virgo, and you know what? Sit up straight, stand up straight. You deserve everything and anything that you want, and judgment and the world are here for you to tell you that. I kind of feel like, you know, the first thing I spoke about with judgment is releasing judgment. Like sometimes that's very hard, because especially with love, I mean, we have like all of these movies, all of these TV shows, magazines, that they tell us how love should be. Everybody has love advice for you, right? But this is a very personal and individual journey for you. And it's kind of ready for you to let go of the old and start the new. Let's get some advice here and see if it can help us a little bit more on how you can make this transition, Virgo. Aha, she who surrenders. Chains, bondage, release. So this is letting go of old energy. Estefania. So a couple things with her is, you can see it might be kind of difficult to see, so I'm pointing it out here, that she has a letter that she is like clutching and holding to her heart, and it's kind of like past promises that didn't come true. It could be that, well, you know, these cards are very romanticized in a way, like her lover could have been, this could be a letter about her lover not coming back from war or battle, or not coming back at all for whatever reason. And there is a chain that does come out here. I'm just looking to see if where it's connected. I don't really see where it's, okay, doesn't really matter. But what it is that she's keeping herself in this place because she keeps replaying this memory. She keeps reading this letter, whatever it is. And it's to move past this, we really need to have a release. We really need to, maybe you need to do something a little bit more ceremonial here. And what I'm thinking about with Wands energy is really embracing this fire energy, this Wands energy. And if you have old love letters, maybe you need to burn them. If you don't, but you have a lot of like things in your mind, swords can talk about thoughts going on, and maybe not the most pleasant of thoughts if we have Ace of Swords in reverse here. If you have like a lot of thoughts and ideas and you're just driving yourself crazy, the best way to get them out is really to journal them, write them down. You can even address the letter to somebody that maybe you don't have fully closure with. Like all of these cards are suggesting moving on and getting that closure, but that's, you know, easy for the card to say, right? So for right here, you can say, dear so-and-so, you really hurt me. I trusted you, you broke my heart, and write out everything. And it doesn't matter if it is, you know, something could be a miscommunication, not entirely their fault. But if it's in your mind and it's cluttering your mind, you know, put it down on paper. I don't really, you could deliver it, sure, but you know, that might just create more trauma, and this is really talking about you moving on. What I really suggest that you do is just get everything out the way that you see it, and then burn that letter, let it go. I feel like that would go a long way with these Wands cards. And let's see, one more card out of this deck for advice for our Virgo, for moving on and getting ready for a new love. Ooh, this is really interesting. She who changes, Iris, transformation, change, enchantment. So a lot of times we resist change, and I feel like these two cards here are talking about like you're resisting change a little bit, but you know what, everything changes, and you may as well be the one who's like stands up and really takes the driver's seat in how you change and how you evolve. And I know we're talking a lot about you right now because we want the best you to attract your, you know, your perfect partner, the perfect partner for you. I almost feel like looking at Estefania and Iris, like this could be the same person, like just really kind of letting go and starting to embrace this change. We have a snake here. As jewelry, snakes represent change. They shed their skin, they let it go. They don't take it with them. When they've outgrown that skin, they let it go. They don't care where they are. And they even turn it inside out. So I almost feel like writing things down over here that I was suggesting with Estefania is, you know, leaving no stone unturned, like put it all out there and then just let it go and don't resist this change, because you're recreating yourself in the image that you want. And then you'll be successful on this journey. So let's see what we have here with these cards and love. Love messages flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. I love that because everything so far has felt kind of heavy. And I feel like, you know, the World card seems kind of refreshing. It would be the most refreshing card here of the bunch. And even here, you can see like these people just, you know, being let out of that box. It's kind of like out of the box thinking for you. Ooh, interesting. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So, you know, make those connections and see where it takes you. Three of Wands upright talks about taking a journey. So if you've been resistant to that, it might be time to start giving some yeses. And I've got two more cards and then we'll get into, these are heart-shaped cards, so they're kind of hard to, we'll take both of these, hard to go through. Okay, transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So related to what I was talking about here with, you know, leveling up with whatever, where you are right now. And if you're nowhere, then, you know, it can start. Or it goes from texting to meeting in person, that kind of thing, transform. But it also talks like the transformation of yourself, because relationships are really kind of a reflection of ourselves and where we are as well. And we'll go on to this next card, friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. So that's really interesting too. Very interesting, because I'm getting right now, you know how we had judgment over here? Somebody that you friend zoned, maybe you should reevaluate, Virgo. Maybe there's somebody in your life right now that, you know, you're really good friends with, and you should take another look at. Like, why is this person in the friend zone? All right, so let's look at your current energy with each of the signs. Let me pull these guys out of here. Okay, Virgo, we're gonna look at earth signs first. So we're gonna start with you first. This can be your current relationship with, and I'm gonna give this a better shuffle. The card stuck on this deck I love because it is sturdy, but it's kind of hard to shuffle. Okay, so Virgo, current energy for Virgo to Virgo. Current energy with Virgo. Okay, Knight of Cups reversed. Current energy with Capricorn, current energy with Capricorn, and Virgo, Virgo and Capricorn energy. Ooh, okay. Three of Swords. Current energy with Virgo and Taurus. Virgo and Taurus, current energy. Virgo and Taurus. Okay, Page of Cups reversed. Interesting. So right now things aren't flowing very well between you and all the other earth signs. Virgo, this Knight of Cups reversed could be like your relationship with another Virgo, but it can also be like the energy just around yourself right now. Knight of Cups would be a fantastic, fun, flirty, Casanova, off to a new romance type of energy if he were upright, but we got him reversed. So you're either not ready for that type of relationship with another Virgo right now, or you are kind of apprehensive about being fun and flirty and going out and finding a new relationship just in general. And I kind of feel like that could be true on both. I feel like it could be true for you just in general, just because of the other cards that we got. And certainly there are things to work through. This doesn't mean this is the energy forever. It just is talking about the energy right now. And as we are talking about these things and you are contemplating them and working through your past hurt, you know, we can just work this out during the reading sometimes. Capricorn, we have Three of Swords reversed. So the cards are saying that the Capricorn, that very much could have been a person in the past who hurt you. The current energy, but even if it wasn't a Capricorn who hurt you, like, just be careful with your conversations with Capricorn, because it's open to misunderstandings, miscommunications, and certainly that can result in some heartbreak. So be gentle with yourself, be gentle with them. Either they hurt you or you hurt them. That's a possibility too. So just be clear on communication. Swords energy talks about communication. It talks about the sharing of ideas. And there's certainly room for miscommunication in relationships, in any relationship. So your Capricorn, even if this is somebody that you are currently, you know, like just working with, like a coworker, they could, you could have said something to upset them. Maybe you criticize them in a certain way, or they criticize you. So just beware. Again, like, this is certainly something, an energy that you can clear up. It feels like if it's just like a coworker relationship, communication would be key. If this is somebody from your past, like, you do need to let go of things and repair this heart. You certainly feel what you feel, if you feel the need to do that, but don't let it rule you. Don't let it ruin a future relationship. And if you get off on the wrong foot with a Capricorn, you know, maybe you start communication through text is notorious for this, or maybe that somebody says something on their social media, it wasn't even geared towards you, and it hurts you. Just be aware that this energy is possible, and when you do feel it, like in your heart, or you feel like, oh, you know, that hurt, clarify it. Did they really mean it? If they really meant it, you got to do something about it. It may not even deal with you though. And then we've got Taurus, we've got the Page of Cups in reverse. Again, another card that upright would, flow very well, would, look at this, all things or possible. We've got pigs flying here, but it's just not flowing at the moment. Cups is emotional energy, a lot of really emotion between you and the other earth signs going on right now. Possibilities of things, not really starting. Again, this is just the current energy. If you do meet a Taurus, maybe this isn't and you meet some resistance, maybe now is not the time to start something new with them. Maybe you need to come back here and clear some things out for yourself, or maybe they need to clear some things out themselves. It may not even be your energy that's the problem. I would never say that somebody's energy is the problem anyway, but somebody needs to deal with something because things are not flowing. They're not open. Their heart isn't really open to you right now. Their emotional level isn't really open to you right now, for whatever reason that might be. Again, all things that can be worked through. It's just like this is current read on energy. And then we've got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Let's take a look at Virgo and Aries energy. Virgo and Aries energy right now. What do we have for Virgo and Aries? Okay. Virgo and Leo energy. Virgo and Leo. Virgo and Leo energy. A couple things want to come out, but they're not really jumping. Okay. Which means there's some possibilities here with Leo. King of Pentacles. Okay. And then Virgo and Sagittarius. Two of Pentacles. So interesting that we have two Pentacle cards here, Virgo, because they represent earth signs. So they're like very kind of like connected to you, connected to your energy. So I feel like things between Leo and Sagittarius could be like, you could really see eye to eye, like you could feel pretty good with either one of them. But let's start off with Aries. We've got the Empress in reverse. The Empress is the quintessential divine feminine. She is very nurturing. She is very creative. She is very open. She is very flowing. She is very, not inspired, but inspired intuition. She uses her intuition. When we've got her reversed over here with Aries, I feel like one or both of you is really maybe not directing that nurturing energy to, like they're not directing nurturing energy to you, you're not directing to them. You're kind of really, it's a more individualistic thing, like somebody is focused on themselves. And, if you have a relationship with Aries and Aries is focused on themselves, you may need to give them some space to do that, or at least talk it through with them. Same with, we've talked about some strategies for you, Virgo, of things that you can focus on for yourself to help you out right now. And maybe you need to explain to Aries that you can't pour from an empty cup and you need a moment to step away from the relationship. So the Empress reversed, not a negative card at all. It's just that if you aren't hearing from them, or if you don't feel like you need to reach out to them, it's because you need to work on yourself right now. And sometimes in relationships, we just do need to take stock of what's going on and how we really feel about them, and or maybe they need to do the reverse. So don't be surprised if like you're not really ready to get involved with Aries or vice versa. Leo here, though, we've got the King of Pentacles. Pentacles, again, Earth's very related to your sign. So I feel like you have like a pretty meeting of the minds. Leo could also, either you're older than they are, or by a significant amount, or they're older than you or more mature. Somebody in your relationship seems to be more mature. I don't know. Usually I would equate the King of Pentacles with you versus them. So I would feel like you would be like the more mature person in your relationship with Leo, but that could be reversed. It's one of you is showing up as like the mature person. As far as like a relationship with them, it could be you might need to work on balance. I don't know if I'm seeing balance here, because Two of Pentacles really talks about balance with Sagittarius. So your relationship with Sagittarius seems more balanced than this relationship with Leo. And it doesn't mean, I mean, there are people every day, all the time, who have that type of relationship where one person takes the lead over the other. And even as relationships evolve, at one point, you know, somebody really needs to take the lead versus the other. So nothing very negative with Leo. I feel like your conversations are very good, but somebody is teaching somebody. It's a very learning something. You're learning things from Leo, or they're learning things from you. Sagittarius, we've got the Two of Pentacles. Seems like very balanced. Two of Pentacles talks about balance. There, maybe it's somebody who's very, very busy, or you're very, very busy, but you always make time for each other, and that's great. That could even just be in a friendship. It could speak to friendship too, that when you call them, they may not answer, but they'll get back to you. Or you know, when they can reach you in a week from now, that things aren't going to feel out of whack, that it's always going to feel like very flowing and things go together. So it looks really, I would say, easy with Sagittarius. Sometimes things are easy when somebody takes the lead in a relationship too. So I'm not going to discount Leo as well, but a little bit more closed off with Aries than the other two fire signs. And then let's talk about water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Give me a card for the relationship energy between Cancer and Virgo. Okay. Give me a card for the relationship energy between Virgo and Scorpio. Virgo and Scorpio relationship energy. Okay. And, just one card. Virgo and Pisces relationship energy. Virgo and Pisces. Okay. Five of Swords reversed. Okay, so this is interesting. It almost feels like the water signs aren't really flowing. Pisces has the best possibility. Cancer, if you have a friend who is a Cancer sign or a family member, you might want to call and check up on them. Reason being is we've got the Five of Pentacles here. You can kind of see that she is locked away behind a locked door, and you know, she doesn't look all that happy. She kind of seems like in a funk. So if you're wondering why your Cancer friend or your Cancer relationship isn't getting back to you, it's not you, it's them. Could be vice versa, but it feels like it's certainly something, you know, that they're upset about. They have a key here and then can unlock the door, but calling them, reaching out to them, because they're probably not going to reach out to you. Okay, Virgo, so bottom line with Cancer is, if you haven't heard from them, check in with them, be a good friend, find out what's going on. You might point out to them, be nice, but you can probably point out to them how like they have their own key to whatever is upsetting them. Scorpio, kind of the same situation where you have like, this is the Hermit. Hermit is, it's the Hermit. They're off on their own or you're off on your own. So not really partnership per se, but there's a different reason why you may not have heard from them than Cancer. You are either working on yourself spiritually or emotionally, or they are, and they're kind of like you're each on your own kind of journey right now. If you want to have conversations with them, I'm sure they're open to it and they're going to be really great to talk to, but you could probably have some really great reflective conversations about your own like personal journeys and where you are right now and at this time with things. So Scorpio feels like, they would love that, it's a great beacon. They look like, if it's somebody that you're just meeting, it certainly is somebody who seems to have their act together but it's a continual process for them. Like I said, it could be like some really great conversations with them. And then Pisces, I feel like with Pisces, we've got the Five of Swords reversed. Five of Swords talks about like having some conflict. But we have it in reverse. So this seems like in the past, not so recent, or very recently, that you and Pisces could have had a difference of opinion on something, and right now you're just kind of learning to either listen to each other and really understand where each other's coming from. There's kind of two situations that come to mind here is sometimes people have arguments and fight about things, but really they're on the same side. Like the end result is kind of what they want. It's just how to get there is different, and that's not worth fighting over. Or you just agree to disagree. That, you know what, I respect you, Pisces, I respect your point of view, I don't agree with you, and move on from there. And if you're able to continue on in a relationship in that way, that's your personal choice or up to you. Maybe not the best way to start off a new relationship, but certainly, friends and family, there's a lot of things that we have to agree to disagree about. And we've got our air signs. So Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay, give me a card for Gemini. And Virgo, give me, okay. There we go, nice. And give me a card for, this one wants to come out, Aquarius and Virgo. All of these cards came out right away, so that's interesting in itself. Four of Cups with Gemini, but this is Four of Cups reversed. It's actually positive in reverse. I'll show it to you so you see what's going on here. Is kind of somebody just like not really interested, not really wanting to move anywhere, not really wanting to go anywhere, kind of maybe not happy with where they are, but certainly they feel stable where they are. They're not really into making a change, and they're looking at these cups that are empty rather than this one that's being filled with a rainbow that is right within their grasp. So I think I spoke about this for you in your initial reading about like our frame of reference and what we're able to see. Like we're only able to, there's infinite possibilities around us, right? But our vision and our scope is limited. We can't experience everything all at once. And it's this limited scope is really kind of focused on the negative. When we're in reverse, we're ready to come out of that. We're ready to start seeing positives. Your Gemini could be, when I was talking about your friend zone person, that at beginning or first glance, or maybe when you first met them or saw their profile or something, you were like, I don't know. And now it's, wait a second. This could get interesting. This could be interesting. Maybe it's worth exploring. So there we go there. Libra looks pretty exciting. 9 of Cups is the wish card. Both cups is about emotions, and it's great when we're starting new relationships. So very positive on Gemini and Libra. A little bit more positive here on Libra. They may be somebody who caught your eye like right away, somebody who really radiates and embodies like everything that you've always wished for. Maybe they're in the right career or the right place in their life, or they've got a dog and you have a dog, that kind of thing. Or it could just be like a really great friend that you just vibe with instantly, and it doesn't matter how much time has gone by. You can always, count on them. But relationship wise, if you're looking at getting into a relationship with a Virgo, like off the bat right away, it looks promising. It looks really good. 9 of Cups is the wish card. And then Aquarius, what do we even have here? This is the 7 of Wands in reverse. So 7 of Wands is somebody who is putting up she's got a bubble around herself, and she's got like these wands coming at her, but she's putting a barrier between her and it. In this card, she doesn't really seem like she's engaging in the battle. She's just like, I'm not gonna have it. I often see like the 7 of Wands card as being somebody who posts something on social media, and then either because they stood out in some way, like it could be something really positive. I went to Disneyland, and then everybody is jealous of that. So that's what it seems like. Things are coming at Aquarius with jealousy, and then there's a barrier around Aquarius. We have this in reverse over here. And when I'm thinking about you and relationships, like things may not have really flowed between you and Aquarius in the past. But again, almost like the Gemini over here is like, maybe it's time to reevaluate this, and Wands are passion. Like maybe you guys share, like originally you just counted your Aquarius, but then you realize you both have a passion for plants or something, and maybe they didn't really look in your direction at first either, that it was kind of like a mutual thing, that there seemed to be kind of a barrier here. You see with the Aquarius where the Libra is just wide open right away. So again, like both kind of the Gemini and the Aquarius almost seem like to warrant a second look here and investigate it a little bit more, especially when we were looking at your Wands cards in the beginning that were reversed. And, as you're moving and making changes, this Aquarius and your relationship with them could be as well. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. A very interesting reading. I hope to see you in the next one. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Thank you.